Hi, I'm Adriana,
And I'm Tawana.
and we wanted to stop by to check in to see how everybody was feeling today. Sometimes when I'm having a hard time figuring out how I'm feeling, I have to use a emotion chart, and I make a list of all of the emotions I might feel, and I can look on it and I can say, oh, today I am feeling a little bit unsure. How are you feeling today, Tawana?
Today, I am feeling a little bit annoyed.
Oh, how does your body feel when you're feeling annoyed?
Oh, my stomach clenches up a little bit, my palms sweat, and my face gets hot.
Oh. Well, do you have any ideas of things that we can do when you feel that way?
Well, I know that if I focus on what is happening right now and I keep my mind busy, it helps me not be as annoyed. So, if we do a concentration game, that may help me focus. You want to play a concentration game with me?
Sure.
Okay. So with this game, we are going to come up with a topic, and today we're going to think about animals, and we're going to throw this chicken back and forth. Sounds like fun, right?
Yeah. So for those of you who are at home, you can get a stuffed animal or a ball or even a tissue to use. If you have somebody in the house with you, you can play this with them. And if you don't, you can just do it by yourself. You can toss it up, and when you catch it, name an animal.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm going to toss it to you first. So the
Okay.
topic is animals.
All right. Dog.
Panda,
Bird.
monkey,
Cat.
giraffe,
Ooh, that's a good one. Elephant.
chicken.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Well, this game made me calm down a little bit. My nerves are not as shaky. How do you feel?
I feel good. Feel a little silly. I like thinking of all the animals I can come up with.
Yes, and sometimes when I feel silly, it makes me a little bit more calm. So today we are going to read a book. This is called The Three Questions, and it's based on a story by Leo Tolstoy. It's written and illustrated by John J. Muth, and it is published by Scholastic. So when you all are at home are listening to this book, think about some of the things that this boy is doing. There once was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood and they wanted to help him. If only I could find the answers to my three questions, Nikolai commented, then I would always know what to do. His three questions are, when is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? So he asked his friend, Sonia, the heron, the first question. And she said, to know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance. Gogol, the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin, the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Gogol, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question, who is the most important one? Those who are closest to the sky, said Sonia, circling up into the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked the third question, what is the right thing to do? Flying, said Sonia. Having fun all the time, said Gogol. Fighting, barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends. He knew they were all trying their best to help him, but none of those seemed quite right. So an idea came to him. He said, I will ask Leo the turtle. He's lived a very long time. Surely he will know the answers. So he went to see Leo, and Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. Leo was digging, and he went on digging. Nikolai said, you must be tired. Let me help you. The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than it was for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until all of the rows were finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly. The rain burst from the darkened clouds, and they moved toward the cottage for shelter. Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg. The storm raged on, banging the doors and windows. The panda woke up. Where am I, she said, and where is my child? The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening, pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain, and he ran faster into the forest. There he found the panda child. The little panda was wet and scared. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry. Then he laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning, the sun was warm, birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was safe. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child, but he also felt disappointed. He still didn't have the answers to his questions. The old turtle looked at the boy. But your questions have been answered, he said. They have? Asked the boy. Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. The most important one at that moment was me, and the most important thing to do was to help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby. And the most important thing to do was to take care of them and make them feel safe. Remember then, there's only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one is always the one you are with. And the most important thing to do is to do good for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is the most important in this world. This is why we are here. So for those of you who are at home, When you're thinking about the 3 questions and what is the most important thing, we hope that you are remembering the most important thing and the most important time is to be right here, right now, in the present moment. I think that is what Nikolai learned. So thank you all for joining us today for At Home with APS, and we will see you again next time.